Hello, everyone. Very good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you. So, hope you are doing well, no matter which part of the world you are joining from today. So, before we get into today's hands on work, let's take a moment to reflect on what we discussed yesterday. So, we talked about how to begin your AI journey the right way, the proper roadmap to follow, and how this course is designed step by step to help you grow. So, yesterday was all about giving you clarity, confidence, and the right direction to move forward. So, uh, before we start, just give a quick thumbs up if my voice is clear for you. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, you
Thank you. So, yeah, today is going to be a little more interactive and practical. But before we begin, I want to ask you all, how many of you tried thinking about AI after yesterday's demo? Like maybe you searched something on Google or checked a YouTube video, or even just thought of like, okay, AI is not that scary. Then you type yes in the chat, like you have yesterday did some research about AI. Just type yes in the chat. Okay, good to see. Okay. And how many of you are joining for the first time today? Then you can just type new in the chat. Then I know like you're joining for the first time. Okay, you went through the video, good. So no one's new, then yeah, good to know that. So great to have you all here again. So whether you were here yesterday or just joined, don't worry. Again, today's session is also for complete beginners. So if you missed yesterday's session, do watch the recording. So all right, with that energy, let's begin day two of our AI journey. Let me quickly share my window. So welcome back to day two. So let's start with agenda for today. So what we are going to do is we'll start by understanding how real world ML projects actually work from start to finish. Not just theory, but the same workflow companies follow for a scientist. Like you're going to get a clear picture of like what data scientists do on a daily basis. And then we'll discuss about career paths and job roles in data science. Like there are different roles like data analyst, ML engineer, AI engineer. So we are going to discuss about different roles, and this part is important because you should know exactly where you fit in and which role suits your background. And after that, then we'll go like tone down to come down to like Python for AI. Like someone's asked about system configuration yesterday. I'll show you that. Then Google Colab introduction. What exactly is that? And in the end, we are going to see a hands-on activity like how to load a data set, analyze it on a Google Colab with a very simple data set, just to make you give you a clear guidance like how a data scientist would working in real time. So how like if you start learning AI, how your journey would be like in future, like a mini glimpse for it. So let's start with understanding data science life cycle. And the easiest way to understand it is to think of it like a story, like from understanding a real problem to building a working ML solution that people can actually use. So the first step here would be business understanding, because like first we have to identify the problem. Like every project starts here, like understanding the business simply means what is the problem we are trying to solve. We have to find the problem first, and then we can think of whether ML or data science would offer solution for that particular problem. So it can be any industry, healthcare, finance, e-commerce, science, any field. So first step is to identify the problem here. For example, banks. So they have to, the problem is they want to identify the fraudulent transaction, or they have to have they have a problem where they have to find whether they can approve credit card or not. So depends on the field. First, we have to identify the problem. So after that, we have to check whether it can be solved using data science. So at this particular stage, identifying the problem, checking whether machine learning actually useful here, and deciding the implementation plan would be the step. If this step of business understanding goes wrong, everything, all the steps coming forward will go wrong. That important the step would be. So once you understand the problem, then it comes with data collection. So once we like data never comes like neatly packaged. Like you say this is the problem, nobody gives you like, okay, take the data, this is related to that. So we have to get the data from warehouses, like it's in lot of schemas. If you are into data, you understand that it's not straightforward with data. Data is always messy. So it sits in databases like Oracle, Snowflake, or MySQL. You would have heard about these databases, and then we have to write SQL queries to pull the required data. So then we pull the required data according to the problem onto our systems. Maybe in classrooms we are going to store the data in Google Drive, but in real time we don't use the Google Drives, right? We kind of put the data into Databricks cloud storage. Then we do the data collection. At this step, data is raw, messy, incomplete, maybe duplicates would be there. Sometimes it's confusing, but that's completely normal at the second part. Once we have the second step, then comes the data preparation. So in the data preparation step, the raw data the machines cannot understand the raw data. So it at this particular stage we have to clean it. We have to fill the missing values. Like whenever we filling the applications online, we kind of put the dash, or like we just don't fill it. Sometimes we don't feel if it's aligning with us. So data comes with missing values. So there would be some garbage values, in the sense like age. We know the age is between 0 to 100, sometimes rare cases 110, but someone's age is 400, 500, 600, doesn't make sense. So data comes with such garbage values also. So all that cleaning preparation happens, and most of the time data scientist or a data analyst will be at this stage for a long time. So after doing the data preparation, so you can say like data cleaning, then comes the exploratory data analysis. So at this stage of exploratory data analysis, we look at patterns, trends, anomalies. We try to understand how the data behaves. Like we try taking out the insights of the data, create plots, visualizations. So it's like investigating before making any decision. So this step helps us choose the right machine learning model also in the next coming stage. And you can think of this exploratory data analysis as a very simple example. Our local sweet shops also does this on daily basis based on their data available, whether how much stock they have to put in. If it's a festival season, they have to increase the stock. So all that comes into exploratory data analysis. Once you draw insights here, it would add for the business. So after this fourth stage, then comes the model deployment, where machine learning algorithm has to be chosen. Like there are many, like which one to choose depends on the problem statement and depends on the expertise of data scientist. And the goal is to teach the machine to learn patterns from the data and make predictions. Till fourth step, it was like from the past data, we are trying to get the insights and add for the business. But at the fifth stage, the data scientist takes the past data, uses the machine learning model, and try that for the future prediction. So model development is based on machine learning algorithms. Once you develop a model, after the stage 5 comes the stage 6, which is model evaluation. I mean, you can even say model validation. Here we check whether our model is actually good or not, like whether this is uh, working on the new data or not. We have to do the evaluation things here. So we test it on new data, compare the precision, accuracy, all that evaluation parameters, and ensure it's reliable enough for real world use cases. So after the sixth step, what happens is like whatever we do here is we do it in some platform, like for some IDE. But how do we use it for the production level? Like if someone new credit applying for a new credit card, whether his approval or not approval, like whether if the code is sitting on to our local systems, it doesn't work on the new data. So then comes this model deployment stage, where once this is done, we have to data scientist actually handovers the cleaned data pipeline, the pre-processing code, the wrappers, all that all that to a machine learning engineer actually for the deployment team. Sometimes there's a separate team who handles this model deployment. So machine learning engineers then turn it into an endpoint or a service. Like when someone new applying credit card, they kind of take care like how how the data scientist model would handle that new data point. So that's a different like after model deployment, that would be a little different story there. So this is the entire life cycle of a data science, starting from business understanding and then coming till model deployment. So yeah, this is the basis here. So if here itself we can identify four potential different job roles. So usually the job roles in market, the names are interchangeably used. Sometimes they call it data scientist, sometimes data AI engineer, ML engineer. They kind of give different names. We have to always look for the job description. But here, yeah, the business understanding part is always handled by business analyst. So usually have a different team who get the who kind of merge the tech with business, talks with clients and all. They don't do much coding part here. Then comes the data collection, data preparation, exploratory data analysis using data analyst. And then after that, they don't data analysts don't do the model deployment, like they don't touch base with machine learning algorithms. But then from here, it's a data scientist. But data scientists usually do the work of data preparation, data collection too. So then the model validation. After that, here comes the stage with machine learning engineer who actually takes care of the deployment. So all these four people work hands-on to complete a data science life cycle. So we'll discuss more about these roles in the next coming couple of minutes. So yeah, so this is how a data science life cycle. This can be in a parallel linear way also, right? We can represent this structure, the step 1 to step 7 in a linear way, but usually this is like a life cycle because every year data comes in, new data comes in. Like if you have a trained model also, there is a stage of retraining happening and all. So that's the reason we represent it in a cycle phase. So and yeah, so let's understand the career roles again. So so there are different career opportunities again. So uh, we have divided that into three phases, like data analyst part and data science part and Gen AI. So data analyst, just we have discussed the data life cycle where we have seen like it's like a detective part who investigates data. They clean the data, visualize, find the patterns. Usually they work with Power BI like visualization tools. So they deal with SQLs also. So and they use pandas python library a lot. So this data analyst, research analyst, kind of the names are different, the job description is going to be the same. And we just discussed this business analyst, right? They bridge between business and tech, less coding, more communication and reporting kind of job with business analyst. And then AI consultant is someone who helps companies understand where AI can save time or money, problem understanding and all. They give this consultations, suggest solutions and design workflows. So then in the second stage, data scientist. So data scientist is someone who deals with machine learning models, machine learning validations. Even they work with data collection, data analyzing too. So they takes in raw data, clean, analyze, build models, derive, deliver insights, more technical than a data analyst. So and data scientist should be a problem solver who is going to build a predictive model. And the data scientist role and AI engineer role, sometimes Gen AI engineer role, they kind of have the same core cycle process like we just saw in the last slide. The same life cycle is followed with these three like interchangeably used names again. So, and NLP engineer, and there is something called computer vision engineer. Usually, someone who joins as a data scientist or AI engineer, and they are working on a project where they are dealing with summarization tools or language tools or language translation tools and completely into something related to language, they then get into roles like NLP engineer. If someone's working completely with image data and they have projects experience with image data where they're object detection, all that, they can choose like CV, computer vision engineer. Usually this roles we don't get it directly. So once you join like a data scientist or AI engineer, then depending on specialization, you go to this roles of NLP and computer vision engineers, or maybe with some master's degree or PhD, like then we can apply directly to this NLPC and computer vision engineer. And machine learning engineer, data scientist, Gen AI, and AI engineer is kind of similar role, but with AI engineer, it's like software engineer plus machine learning, something like that. And then MLOps, so if someone has the DevOps experience with them, like deployment experience, so when they have DevOps plus traditional machine learning conjunction would be MLOps engineer. So depending on your background, like what is your experience and what you are interested, and you can choose a career opportunity related to that, career path related to that. Again, a lot of this job description depends on company's requirement. They kind of change the rules description, but the core would be the data science life cycle, which we just saw in the last slide. The core would be that, little more inclusion, little more removal, depends. So then prompt engineer roles are someone who take care of the prompting in companies, but these roles are versatile. Like there's a good pro and con in the sense, like there's a new roles, like from before 3 years we don't have roles kind of called like prompt engineers. In future, according to me personally, there might be a chance that these roles might become important for everybody. Like it's not like a separate role. Like we don't put in our resume like we are able to we are good at doing Google search, right? That's maybe prompt engineering would become that place where we don't have to mention it like a Google search, but you should like by default have the skill of prompting. And AI research and applied scientist is someone, it's little academic, like research oriented, where in big companies they are trying to invent like new LLM models and new machine learning model. So this is research scientist and applied scientist, little research oriented work where they are inventing new models. So there are different career opportunities, but let's look at something in jobs portal like Naukri. Like you can type data scientist here, you can look for how many jobs existing, and also the job description here. It's like there are 20,693. So if I just click on random profile here, the job description would say like depending on which company we are, like Philips. So executes a deployment. Yeah, they're expecting deployment. So you have to read through this, like what they're actually, so SQL, Python, Power BI, Databricks, so AI, ML workflows. They have to work with large language models, architectures. So again, if I just check for data science, like if you can see, it's data scientist and AL ML developer. So the names completely depends, job role names depends on the companies again. So for IBM, so it's little different here again. So they're PyTorch Keras or Hugging Face. Yeah. So you can read through this. Like if you just type in, okay, AI engineer. So you can see through different roles. So 60,539 AI engineering jobs. So Gen AI, agentic AI engineer. There are, yeah, way different way of seeing this career names. So, and if you can see for a data engineering role or a data scientist, the salary structure like between 0 to 3 lakhs, 8,810, like 10 to 15 lakhs. So this salary also we cannot generalize it. It depends on like which organization, which location, what is our past experience. But overall, with this salary, if we are trying to create a histogram, in the sense like we are trying to create a plot just to see like what is the average salaries, like it depends on all levels also here. I just created on this data histogram here. So it would look something like this. Salary analysis of data scientist. I got this data from here, this salary data. And when I just created it, so usually you see like the average salary is somewhere between 6 to 10 lakhs and 10 to 15 lakhs, but there is this potential of going, yeah, there's few people who have going to the potential of 50 to 70 lakhs and even 75 to 800, 1 to 5 crores. Yeah, proportion, like the count is less, obviously. And yeah, we cannot comment a lot on salaries again. So and like we have seen the life cycle of data science, different career opportunities, jobs profiles on Naukri, the salary discussion. But the question would be, will data science will be the field in 2026? What do you think? So you all are here, you might be having some understanding about what AI is. What do you think? Is there a future for AI, or maybe you think like it's already stabilized? If you think there's a future for AI in the coming years, what is your reason for it? Why do you think we have future for AI? Yeah.
So I guess it will be because the reason there are a lot
Mhm.
of chatbots are developing across the industries, and the
Okay.
companies are relying a lot on especially the RAG bots because every company
Okay.
wants to build their own chatbot and
Personalized, yeah, correct.
yeah, personalized.
Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
that's how.
So yeah, like straightforward answer, like why data science would be in the future coming years also is because of data. The scope of data scientist in 2026 and the coming years is because there's an analysis like in from 2000, like from past decades, like from 2010 to 2025, every year the amount of data generated is kind of increasing. So the data generated in zettabytes, which is increasing, you can see it in 2025. There's some research which has talking about that it is estimated that 90% of the world's data was generated in the last 2 years alone. So, and for the coming next 2 years, it's expected to increase double times or quadruple, like 4 times. So when there's a scope of lot of data, then we need data analysis. Obviously, data, we have to draw insights out of it. Since there is a huge flow of data, so we can guarantee that like the data scientist roles or AI would obviously stay in the coming next future years also. So this is about the scope of different career paths. And then, yeah, this slide I especially made for someone yesterday who have asked me about system configuration. So I don't suggest you buy any new laptops to start learning AI. If you have an existing laptop, you can start with it because we are going to use all the cloud platforms to learn. So only for the courses or like, yeah, so just to learn it for now, don't try to buy anything new. But someone who's already planning to buy a new laptop, then there's a system configuration just to guide you. So the operating systems, the processor, the minimum recommended processing, the memory and storage we have provided it here. So you can go through this. So yeah, but yeah, I'm saying it again, like don't try to buy a new laptop. So then we have seen all of this, like it's all theoretical, right? Then the question comes where to start. We know like we have to start with learning one programming language, which we are going to do it in couple of days. But again, when you start coding also, where to code would be the first question, like where to code in Python, because we cannot code in Word doc, we cannot code in presentation slides and Excel sheet. So if you are someone completely new for coding environment, then there is something called Python integrated development environments where we can do the coding. So there are different IDEs available. Like you are seeing different IDE names like Anaconda, PyCharm, Eclipse, Spider. All these are IDEs where we can do the Python coding. So here we are going to use this Google Colab environment for our classroom work where we are going to do a Python programming because this is cloud IDE where you don't have to install anything onto your laptop. We are kind of borrowing the system from Google and trying to work with it. So this is actually the offline, like online version of this Jupyter notebooks itself. Like, so it's similar to this offline version, but only thing is that we don't have to install. It's easy to work with it, and multiple people can coordinate on the same. So we are going to introduce Google Colab in just a minute. The only prerequisite for using this Google Colab is you should be having a laptop. Like it would work in mobile also, but I suggest you use it in laptop. You need a Gmail account access and internet. That's it. You need to log into your Gmail to access this Google Colab. So then, yeah. So before we go for hands-on activity, I want to show you one AI tool which is interesting. If you would have seen already, you know it, how beautifully it works. So this is a tool called Suno AI. So I identified this like 1.5 year back. From then, I'm a fan of this because you give any description in minutes, it creates songs for us. So it's fun working with it. It's not completely free, but every day in 24 hours, around 50 credits we get it. For generating one song, it's 10 credits. I think it's like usable. So not completely free. Like we're not hundreds of songs on one single day. We cannot do it. Any job, any song description prompt you give it. So you're going to generate a song for it. So let me generate a song for the prompt like very generic. If you can also type it in the chat if you want to give me suggestions on the prompt to generate a song. So first, since I have like four, so let me try generate a song on AI coding, data science. So see, like I elaborately giving some random like data science and future and make it melody. So you can give a complete neat description, but I'm making it easy and generating it. So how fast it is.
Actually, what is we got it.
Yeah,
What is this? Let me type. Second.
your voice is echoing for me.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
put it in. So I'm generating it. Lines of code like whispers in night. Fingers dance under blue screen light. The world rewrites itself in bites. Data flows like rivers wide. So I'm just stopping it. You can explore it. So I have a question like, what's Suno AI? So Suno AI actually is a AI tool, like how ChatGPT is, like where you are actually giving prompts and getting responses. Suno AI is designed for music. Like you give a prompt like this. So you just type in Suno AI on Google and then you just log in with your Gmail. Then this tool has made for creating like whatever prompts you're given. So you can create songs in minutes like this. So this is interesting, like how AI is creating songs in minutes. So there are a lot more tools. Like I'll try to send you the soon, like Excel, where I can give all. Like most of them are not free, but you have generous amount of free amount. You can still use it. So like you are generating images already using ChatGPT also, but you have Mid Journey for that. So if you are someone working with Excel sheets, so if you want to include AI tool for Excel sheets, there is something called Numerous AI, which would help working with like help our productivity with Excel sheets. So all these are AI tools actually, which have used LLMs in the backend to create something like this. So we are using it now, like the way we are using GPTs, we are using this AI tools. But yeah, in this course, we'll understand what is in the backend, like how these tools are created too. So yeah, you don't have to install anything. You just have to, it's like I'm using directly onto the website. So I'm directly just type in like Suno AI and you get something like this where you can log in. So I already log in with Gmail account. So then you can try creating songs in it. So yeah, you can see the credits, not completely free. So like any prompt description you given, it generates the song for it. When I've seen the first time, I'm completely the fan of this page because how interestingly, whatever description you give it, like you wanted a melody wrap up, so you can see the songs, like you can even see the songs generated with other people. It's kind of very interesting. So this is one AI tool. We are at this stage of AI. At the worst phase of AI, AI is already doing miracles. And there are many more tools. For example, I have opened something called Humata here. So this sometimes yeah, so Humata is a summarization tool in the sense here also I just log in with Gmail account. So if you upload any files, any related to taxation or something, any files you upload, and after that you can ask Humata questions with that. Like you can ask like how many total questions. I just asked it here. So is there a question related to KNN? So in the sense, like if you have questions with the document, you can chat with it and understand with using AI actually. So there are so many tools like this. These are all free versions, but if it's required every day, then we can use the paid version. So I'm not able to load this, but yeah, this is a summarization tool. Like you can upload PDFs or something which you want to disk. Mostly like taxation papers are a little confusing, right? So if you upload such don't try to upload confidential papers. This is a little tricky. Again, you are uploading information to the internet. So try to when you are using this AI tools, think about it. So upload the documents, then you can discuss like whether like you can ask questions to this and do it. So I'll yeah give access, like I'll give you the list of AI tools interesting like this on an Excel sheet soon. So yeah, let's come back to our presentation. Let's not deviate with AI tools because these are very interesting and there are a lot of tools. So which makes it kind of gives you the fun feeling when you're working with AI tools. But yeah, as a data scientist or a AI engineer, we have to understand what is happening in the back end, like how they have created something like this. So coming back to the presentation. So and yeah, so the hands-on activity, what we are going to do it is, so this particular activity, I'm not expecting you to do it on the day one. I wanted to just show you how the coding part looks like how a data analyst works. Yeah, any question? Okay, so how this Google
Sorry,
Colab.
sorry, I was talking on a mute. Sorry to disturb. So I
Okay,
have one
no,
question.
no issue.
So
Yeah,
previously we
sure.
discussed, right? So for each and
Yeah,
every topic, we are having exclusively
mm,
there is a one AI tool. For music, there is a AI tool, and there is a document exclusively for documents. There is a special AI tool. But
yeah,
when it comes to
yeah,
search engines, Google search engine, Yahoo search engines,
mm,
there is a AI mode, right? There we can ask whatever we want and we can
yeah,
upload the photos and everything, right? So
yeah.
how it differs from this one to that one?
It's like we have Google search and we have Bing search. So it's like similar, but it's in different possible ways. That's it. They have personalizedly created this Humata. So like here you have only some free version. After that, you want to upload more documents, we have to pay and use. So even for Suno AI, like only some version is free. Every day you want to generate songs, you have to pay and use. So the AI we are using for ChatGPT also for some stage it's free. After that it says like upgrade, right? So it's like different possible ways of using. That's it. No, not much difference. Maybe if they have created this, if ChatGPT is created, the model LLM model they have used in the backend is GPT-4. If it's Gemini, which is also similar to GPT, but the model used in the backend is different. If it's a Microsoft, the LLM model they use is Llama in the backend. So the model they use in the backend, all that procedure differs, but finally it's the LLM model. How they created is different.
ఏం చేస్తావు ఏం కావాలి నీకు
Yeah.
ఆ?
Okay. So someone
ఏం
has
కావాలి
unmuted again.
ఆ?
So okay. So I just muted it. So
Yeah, thank you.
and yeah. So yeah, coming back to this hands-on activity. So I wanted to show this activity just to show you, give you the introduction of Google Colab. I just click on the, like I can send you this link also for the day one. So in actual lessons also, I'll be sending this Google Collab links where you can actually open. If you're joined onto your laptops, you can just click on it. It would be open. If you are logged into your Gmail account already, so you have to log into your Gmail account to work on this Google Collab. This is how a Google environment looks like. So it's little black and white, and this is a product of Google. And here we can do both coding and texting together. And this is like Word doc or Google Word doc or Google Excel. This is like Google Colab. So I usually give the view access because multiple people can work on this. So if you are editing and I'm editing, all the codes gets updated. So what I expect like I'll show this again when we start with basics of Python. Today is just introduction. If you don't follow along also, it's okay because all the steps I clearly will show you again on day 4 when we start with basics of Python, like the concept of variables, data types then. So usually like go to the file, you see the save a copy in Drive, you click on it. A copy of this Google Colab notebook will be saved directly onto your Google Drive. Like you don't have to again search for these copies and all. So usually this plan would be easier because we have like 100 lessons. I don't want you to search for the files here and there. So every lesson will have a file like this where you have some activities and the theory part. So I don't want you to like when you're working in learning in actual lessons, I don't want you to taking notes, getting distracted. You can whole concentrate the 1 hour onto the lesson plan, and you have the text part, you have the coding part after the lesson also for practicing. It would be easier. And each lesson, what would be the lesson plan and all, everything will be written here. So, and you once you join the class, in real like in actual classes also, once you make a copy of it, so you'll directly have a copy onto your Google Drive. So you can directly work on it. You cannot work on mine because it's a view access. So parallelly we'll be working in actual classes, like you will also be running the code from your end. So it's kind of hands-on activity. It's not like theoretical, and you don't have to worry about taking notes about these functions and all. So this lesson of analyzing on some restaurant tips data, usually to reach this point in actual lesson, we have to learn at least 15 lessons, 15 hours. But here I wanted to put data analysis part directly to show you, like without any coding background also, you will be able to follow along. It's able to understand, it's understandable, just to give you that confidence that without any knowledge also it's understandable. I just tried putting it here. I know like there will be a lot of questions in between, like what is this, what is that? Don't worry about it because this is not the basic zeroth level class. It is just to give you an understanding how we work on Google Colab and how data analysis part looks like on a mini data set. That's it. So did I share the link? Yeah, you can click on it. It would be open for you. And here we are importing some modules. What is module? Why we have to import it? All that we'll discuss again. But we have to import these modules to use the functions inside it. So here we are loading a data set actually. So loading a data set itself is like there are 3, 4 different ways of loading the data set. So luckily there is this restaurant tips data set available inside a Python Seaborn module itself. Like there are some free data sets available for practice inside the Seaborn library itself. So it's a library for creating actually plots. So even in the Google Colab, if I just click on this file option here, inbuilt there are few data sets for practice. Sample data, if you just click on it, so there is something like California housing data. So some data sets for practice available here itself. But when we are working in a classroom, we usually get data sets from Google data sets or Kaggle. There is a website called Kaggle where beautiful free resource data sets are available, because when you are working, when you are learning also, getting data sets is the uh, first thing, like getting a good data set to start working on it, because data isn't free and you can freely get good data sets from Kaggle. So I'll just write Kaggle here. So if you know this before, that's good. So, and here using this Seaborn library, I'm loading a data set directly. It's a easy way of loading. So there are around 20 plus inbuilt sample data sets inside C1. I'll show all that in real lessons. So loading the data set. So we have the data set with us. So like usually before this part of getting the data set, we have data collection and data cleaning, data preparation. So here, this is the raw data we have. So we have total bill in dollars and the tip given based on the total bill and the gender of a person, if he's a smoker or not, what day it is, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, what time it is, what is the size of the group which have went for the restaurant. So there are 244 rows and 7 columns. In the sense, this particular data set, we have a particular restaurant, maybe it's like we don't have much access for data description. Usually we have that also. So 244 customer details, we have it with 7 columns. So what we are trying to analyze here is based on the total bill, is there any relationship with the tip given? So is there any like at which like we can do analysis like whether smokers are giving more tips or non-smoker. Only whatever analysis we do it is based on this 244 customers. It's not the universal facts we are drawing from this data set. What is the size of that particular group, and what was the gender of that particular group, and what was the tip given. So this is the data set we have. So what we can do here is as a data analyst, what we'll do is there are a lot of ready-made functions which we can use. The easier functions are like this. There's a function called head and tail. So if I want to see any particular only the starting values or the last values of the table, I can use this head and tail function. So the syntax is the data frame name. We call it like data frame dot. If I use head function, it would directly show me only the first 5 rows by default. If I say only that first 10 rows, if I just want to see it, I can use this head function. Likewise, if I want to see the last few rows, I can use tips dot tail. So if I want to see the last 10 rows, so the last 10 customer details I can see directly using this tail function. So don't worry about the syntaxes and all. So and if I want to get like how many rows and columns are there inside a particular data set, there's a keyword called shape, like we kind of use tips dot shape. And you can see that you have the coding cell here inside the Google Colab where you see this play button. We see this as a code cell. If you want to get a new code cell, either you can go to the center, hover the mouse and click on plus code, or you can go for the plus code on the top. Whenever you get a box with this play button, this is a code cell where you can do the coding part. You can do the simple addition like this. Or yeah, this is like a Python code. How simple Python is, you can see it from here because the to get the same output in different programming languages, you have to write 4 to 5 lines of code. Python is very simple. So you want to do some texting part, like first lesson today. I want to do some coding, texting. I can click on this plus text. So you can do the texting and coding both in this Google Colab. That's the reason it's used a lot for educational purpose, also for learning data science. And the shape keyword to get the size of the data set. Usually in real time, we handle data sets with lakhs of data points. So it's not like 200, 300. It will be a bigger data sets. And you have, if you want to see all the column names, so tips dot columns will give you only the column names. So the column names inside the table are this. So this activity we are doing, again, I'm giving you the note because this is not like you'll learn it today, just to see like how a data analysis work will be, like how you work on a Google Colab, how this is like Google Colab environment look like. So once you start learning, this is what you expect after lesson 10 or 15. Like every day, this will be not colorful presentations. It would be like on the Google Colab. So 100 lessons, it would be on Google Colab where you have all black and white, sometimes colors like this, but not presentations, not it's not like theoretical, it's all hands on. You have to work with it. So you have to get the data sets, work with it. So before getting this also, like why we have to learn Python basics, because how to what is like when I create something, what is that, like is that a variable, what is the data type and all comes from the basics of Python. So first we learn it, then we see how to load the data set, then we do the data analysis. Today you're seeing it. After starting the course, you're going to do such activities after lesson 14 or 15, not in the starting itself. So then again, you want to get the descriptive statistics. For suppose like on all the numerical columns, I want to get the mean, median, all the statistical information. It's so easy. Like if you use this describe function on tips, so total bill, what was the average bill? It was $19. What is the standard deviation? What is standard deviation? We'll discuss again. 8.9. What is the minimum total bill? $3. Like what is the median value? Middle value $17. So if you have 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or 10 lakh, millions of data points also, you can directly get the statistical information just by using this describe function. So that's the reason we use pandas and Python, where you can concentrate on this results more than concentrating on the syntax and all. So on the tip, the average tip was given like $3. The size of the group was like 2.5. So we don't have humans like 2.5, but yeah, the information here we got it like 2.5. So and the middle value is 2. So even the filtering the data, you have this tips data, right? So I want to get only the rows where the tips are more than $5. So I'm doing the filtering on tip column. So there's this tip column where this tips data is there. So when I want to get only one particular column details from the data frame, we call it data frame. So if I just want to get one particular column, the syntax is name of the data set and the column name inside this brackets like this. This is the syntax, like we have no control. We have to follow these rules. Those rules only we'll start learning first and then we'll do the data analysis. So on this data, tips data, I want to apply a filtering, like I want to get only the customer details who have given the tip more than 5. So the syntax is inside this data frame, I want to give this filter on the tip column. Then now you just filtered quickly, like there are people, only you just see the tip column, you just filter out the people who have given tip which is more than $5. If you want to count, like there are 1 lakh people and suddenly you want to check like how many tips, how many customers given tips more than 5, quickly you write a code, you get the filter out data. Now if you want to see like the count of it, if you just learn the shape keyword, right, it will give you the number of rows and columns. So you want to check the count. So it is like 18 people out of 244 have given tips more than 5. So we can do quick analysis like this using Python, pandas. So, and then you want to filter like how many smokers are there. So we had the smoker column yes and no. So inside this tips data on the smokers column, I want to do a quick analysis. Like I just want to get people who are yes. So this has to be of correct spellings because the smoker column, yeah, SY capital. So now I just got 93 rows where the smoker was yes. So you can get the count using shape. So this is how quick analysis you can do it on how large data sets also. So sort values, like there are a lot of ready-made functions. So if you want to sort by total bill in the descending order, like you can just use the right function, then give like by which column we are actually sorting the values, and you can get it. So total bill, the highest bill was 50.87. So we can do more and like lot more like this. Even the plots we can create. So using Python directly, you can create the scatter plot and chord plot in the sense you want to show the relationship. Like if there is any relationship between the total bill made by the customer and the tip given. So you can create a scatter plot where on x-axis you can take the total bill, on the y-axis you can take the tip. So if you want to create a plot, one single line of code actually, plt dot scatter is the syntax. On x-axis, I'm giving the total bill from the tips data. On y-axis, I'm giving the tip data. So you can see that we can create a scatter plot. Simply, I just created a scatter plot and it is directly showing us the linear relationship. If you like if you are forgotten about linear relationships, like if you have no idea like what is happening, don't worry. Like we'll go from very basic in action classes. So you can see a linear relationship. As the tips total bill is increasing, there is some relation with tip also. Tip is also increasing. So we just had total bill here and we have tips on y-axis as the total bill size is increasing. If it's $50, a person with $50 usually give tip around, yeah, there are multiple people around this range, but they have different ways of giving the tip. So we can quickly analyze the data like this, and we can add the x-axis label, y-axis label, the title, all by using functions like this. X-axis, I want to show like this is the total bill. Y-axis, I want to show like it's the tips, and I want to give a title for this data plot, like total bill versus tip. I can add codes to generate it. Like I just added this x-axis label, y-axis label, scatter plot. So, and instead of this, like if you want to see a count plot where we have this day column, right? So we have this day column. So we have Saturday, Sunday. I think you want to see on the day column like what are the different, so lot there are like thousands of ready-made functions. So value counts, I want to use value counts to see like, okay, this restaurant is open only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the customers like Saturday 87 customer details are there, Sunday 76, 62. So on this, if I want to do this counting using the plot, so there's a function called count plot, which I'm do using this tips per day, and you can create a count plot like this. So just quickly we can see like, okay, a lot of customers went into the restaurant on Saturday. So they have to plan better for Saturdays. So weekends, they have more flow than weekdays. Just by creating these plots, you can do such a data analysis, which would add for the business, right? So again, there are a lot of plots. There is something called pair plot. This is one of the simplest and most useful visualization in data science because it would create at one go for all the numerical columns, all the scatter plots. So on the diagonal, it would be histograms. What is histogram? I'll give a quick explanation. Like if you have a age column, if you're creating histogram for only age column, like 0 to 1 year, like 0 to, maybe you can change the interval to 0 to 5, 0 to 10. So you can create only for one particular numerical column bars like this. So when you create a histogram, so then depending on this interval, like 10 to 15, 15 to 20, so there are a lot of people in the group who have age between 10 to 15. The count will be on the y-axis. So when you create a histogram for any numerical column, it would be something like this. And just with this, you can get the count. So at this interval, there are more people at this particular group. And next, this is between 5 to 10, yeah, around, yeah, 10, around 10 years, the group is, the count of the group is more compared to others, something like this. So you can create pair plots for the tips data set to do the quick analysis. So there are three numerical columns, total bill, tip, and size of the group. So yeah, not more technicals. Like you go see the total bill and tip. Here we separately created the scatter plot, but all at once we can create using pair plot like this. So and there is this gender column also. Like you want to separately see the bills given by, analyze the bills given by male and female separately. Quickly, just by adding one parameter like hue equal to gender column, the column name I have given. So for the same plots, you're going to see with different colors. Like for male, it's the blue dots. The female, it's the orange dots. So you can now quickly analyze like the total bill given by usually males is more compared to females, and uh, even the tip size also. Yeah, obviously the bill size and tip size have a relationship we just observed. So the total bill given by males is more compared to female just by doing a quick analysis. So yeah, no need of going into more details on the lesson day zero today. So it's okay. But yeah, just to I'm expecting like you get a feeling like how the ready-made functions are, how quickly we can do analysis on large data sets by using Python Panda's help. And even the quick profiling, we can do it using Y data profiling. If you have a data set, quickly you want to generate a quick analysis like how many duplicate values are there. So we can pip install this Y data profiling. And on the tips data set, I want to generate a report. So usually before doing this cleaning step with the existing data, like the raw data, we to understand it better, like what should be the next direction, we kind of generate reports like this so that we can quickly so you can see a lot of things are automated, like you are using the right functions. It's showing you the overview of the data set we are using, like how many categorical columns are there, how many numerical columns are there. Categorical columns are something where you have this like gender column, you have categories repeating like male, female. You have the day column where four categories are repeating Saturday, Thursday, Friday. So you can see like there are four categorical columns and three numerical columns in tips data set. So you can even cross check this with our tips data set here. You had four numerical columns, total bill, tip, size, and you have three numerical columns, and you have four categorical columns: male, female, smoker, yes, no, day, time of the lunch time or dinner time. It's categories repeating. So quickly, so if you have more columns, this will be very useful. So it's showing like the total count and how many missing cells. Okay, no missing values are there, and then quick analysis on each column. So you can go through this. So I've given the link. You can run it from your end, see through it, like understand, like all these concepts we'll learn, like what is correlation and all in actual lessons. No missing values, the sample data. Okay, one row is actually a duplicate row. So we have details related to that. So this is about even like you can create a HTML file by just by writing the code. The profile tips we have created, you can convert that to a HTML file. So you'll get this file here. So you can download this and you can actually send this report over also. Like, so I can send this report just so yeah, you can try it, like you can run it. So you can download it and even copy the path and send it over. So let me just copy the path and send it you. Okay, not this. So, and yeah, this is how a data analysis on a mini data set looks like. And real time also similar steps would be repeating for data analysis once you get a data set. I hope like if you are fresher, like you have no idea about coding and all, still this is easy to follow along, like how things are going like a story when you do the data analysis part. So when you start working on different data sets, so you get more practice of it and you get better with it. So we'll stop this here for today. So tomorrow we actually talk more about, we'll see few more tools if possible, like interesting tool if I can find one or two, and I'll try to send over the Excel sheet. Like we'll see a mini flow. Like today I didn't do any ML model on it. I just did like how to get a data set and how we can analyze the data set depending on the data set's data, like what are the columns available and all.
Yeah, Meenakshi,
So
sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. I have
yeah,
few questions. Like, do
yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to ask
We'll
at the
discuss.
end?
Yeah, yeah. At the end, we'll discuss. Like, let me quickly finish and stop. Then we'll discuss all the questions. I'll
Sure.
take over the questions. Yeah. So this is the data analysis part we have done, right? So tomorrow I'll show you like if you're doing a machine learning model on it, like what are the codes look like. So we have in real time, like we do a lot more things, but just give you the start basis, like how things will look like how a data scientist life would be every day, how the coding part of him looks like. I wanted to just give you a glimpse tomorrow. And if possible, tomorrow itself, we'll start with the basics of Python too. We'll start with the actual learning procedure where, yeah, and if you have, like you can even use the WhatsApp groups to communicate. You want to know anything specific, you can put it. I'll try to see if I can include that in tomorrow's demo also for me, for giving you more clarity. So, yeah, so that's all from my end for today. So, again, yeah, I've given this details yesterday. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, now the floor is open for the questions.
Yeah, sure. So, the course is all about practical sessions, right? For
Yes,
the whole 1 hour, we can do practical, or how it is
yes.
going to be? You will teach
It's the
something.
same. All the lessons would be on the Google Collab like this. Let me, yesterday I put in this link. So, and all the links for everyday class, I'll try to put it in a Google Colab link like this. So usually, we like I'll update this Google Doc link every day where I put in all the lesson plans. So if I show you the first lesson, all the lessons would look like this. So first lesson would be something like this, where you have all the activities and where you can do along with me in 1 hour. You don't have to worry about taking notes. So everything is here. Like you are going to work with this activities in lesson one. So it's like like assignments we have done in schools. So for suppose you are going to lesson 20. So you're doing some analysis on lesson 20. We have done data analysis today on tips data set, right? There's a different data set of air quality. So you kind of have the recap code cells. So you see like how to handle with garbage values for suppose. So this is how I'm showing you the real lessons of yeah, lesson 20, which was done on November 27th for the last batch. I was directly showing you that. This is how the lessons are planned. So is that
Okay,
your
fair
question?
enough.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
I have one more question, if I may
yeah,
go, can I ask?
yeah, go
So,
ahead.
the thing is like, for the whole class,
Hmm,
I mean, for this 1 hour, we can have
hmm,
practical sessions. So you
hmm.
said we have to spend at least 3 hours every day to
Yeah,
get hold of this
yeah,
skill.
yes.
So,
So if I,
what should
yeah,
we refer for the later? I mean, when the class was not
later
there.
part of the day.
Yeah.
So usually, if you're doing it with the first time, we do it in the class, you have the collab. Like after the class, you kind of see through this, like at least half an hour, 45 minutes. You understand what we have done. You run the codes from your end, then you try your own examples. Then, like when you're trying, you kind of get few questions you want to try. And sometimes in the weekends, like we try giving assignments where I expect you to start like working on the assignments where you can practice the concepts you have studied that week. So yeah, and
Okay.
for
Fair
reference, I'll
enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, for theory part, like, do you
Mhm.
provide any documents for us or something?
Here itself, like all the theory would be available in the Google. Like you don't have to go for the multiple different files. So the theory and the code cell, everything will be together in the Google Colab notebook. So when we are learning this grouping and aggregation, what is the syntax? What is this all about? So we discuss inside the text cell here itself. You see, like everything is written here. So you don't have
Yeah.
to, yeah, again, take notes or refer anything. Everything is on the Google like lesson, that particular lesson, the text, the code cells, everything it will be inside that particular lesson. That's it. You don't have to refer anything else.
Okay. So, if you have any other questions, how we can reach you guys, like through WhatsApp or something?
Through WhatsApp, like we'll have a closed group where you can discuss in the group directly, or if you have any questions, you can always personally reach out also. I'll be also in the group. So if you have something which cannot be solved on chat, so we'll discuss through call also. Don't worry. So I'll be available.
Okay, Meenakshi. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. So any more questions? And if you have any specific questions you want me to cover on the tomorrow's demo, you can even personally send a message. I'll see like if I can you do it, or you can even put it in the WhatsApp group for tomorrow's demo. Tomorrow is also like a demo session where I'll try to give you more insights about how it would be. But from Friday, it would be start off learning from basics, if possible, by the second half of tomorrow we'll start learning the Python basics.
Throughout the data science.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry, Meenakshi, taking more time of you.
yeah, it's
So I
okay.
just had one last question.
Sure, sure.
So, at the end of the course, do we get any something like we have implemented
Certificate.
this capstone project or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Yes, we are going to have a capstone projects. So we are going to use one use case of fintech, like a credit card data set or something related to finance, and then one project on healthcare where disease prediction. So we are going to have capstone projects. That's important because you have to finally have a project to get a feel of it. So we do it.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question.
Yeah.
Uh, and just a
Okay. Yeah.
follow-up question on that. So
Sure.
would you be also assisting us in CV preparation by end of this course? Because everyone is coming from a different background and of course with a different experience. And then
Sure,
we
I
might
can
want.
help you with it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure. I
Okay.
can help you with the CV preparation too.
Okay. And with this particular course, because personally
Hmm.
I'm still on a verge to make a decision. Should I really need to
Sure.
take up this course, or
Hmm.
probably this is not my area to
Okay.
excel. So
Hmm.
the questions I have is with the career
Hmm.
opportunities that you have mentioned. So the way
Hmm.
the entire course was framed, so where does
Hmm.
this course will land us by end of this cycle? Will it
Okay.
will that land us at a expert level of data analyst or data engineer level, and a beginner level of data scientist, or an intermediate level, or
I understood your
where we can
question.
see
Yeah,
ourselves?
I got your question. So with this course, you can 100% apply for data analyst, research analyst. So maybe AI consultant, like you can, it depends on your communication skills and all. So 100% for the data scientist role. And the machine learning engineer, sometimes they would need ML, like deployment, they need some additional 10% or more related topics to become a machine learning engineer if the data description demands. So NLP engineer, you can apply, AI engineer. So maybe 10% here and there, like if you get the basis of 80 to 90%, then the missing 10% we can cover up. So MLOps, no, we are not going to cover this MLOps here. So all this you can apply. And Gen AI
Okay.
engineer, prompt
Mhm.
engineer, this no, this requires yeah. So it's kind of research work. Like maybe for this you will need like masters or PhD. Sometimes maybe you start working like a data scientist, and if you are working in a MNC, and maybe there's an opportunity, but yeah, this is yeah PhD topics. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
that yeah
Oh, yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Thanks for
yeah
that. And then the another one, well,
yeah.
it might sound silly, but still I wanted to
No,
ask
no, not, no
because you
question
also
is
showed
silly.
us a bar chart wherein
Yeah,
different salary ranges and stuff, where you pulled out with some job portals the
yeah,
data, right?
some outcome. Yeah.
And yeah, and personally myself, and probably for wider group, whoever is, they must be already having some experience, and probably they are
Hmm.
at a stage where probably they must be earning somewhere around 10-15 lakhs
Hmm.
uh, per annum, or perhaps more than that. Then
Hmm.
given the course content
Hmm.
and the curriculum, so
Hmm.
what is the additional value? Because again,
Okay,
earning money is
I
also one
to
of the significant
yeah,
factor, right? So when you are
yes.
when you are trying to upskill or trying to entirely change your domain of
Hmm.
expertise, so if a person who is already earning, let's say 15, who is into 15 or 25 lakhs bracket, then what is the key factor for them to take up this course?
So if they're already earning 15, 20 lakhs, like right now we are seeing we are on the verge where all the fields are transitioning towards AI. Not because of salary also, but it's the time where we have to upskill because it's if you are into testing, it's already testing with AI. If it's like we are using AI everywhere. So if you're someone's earning like 15 lakhs, if you add AI to it, and you start applying jobs like you have a DevOps profile before, and now you are adding ML, traditional ML for it to become a MLOps engineer. So you can expect like 30%, 40%, depending on the companies you are applying. So the salary would obviously increase because you already upgraded. So I cannot give you a figure like this. Maybe 20%, 30%, you can expect the salary hike with AI.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah,
Thanks.
there are few cases where they have done miracles also, but yeah.
Yep. All good. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Any more questions before we leave for today? So if not,
Yeah, I
see you
have
tomorrow.
one question.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So we this class is we are having a three time zones, right? So IST and
Okay.
EST and EDT.
Hmm.
So it's like, if there are some cases like at times, if I
Hmm.
couldn't able to join because of so and so reasons in
Hmm.
EST hours, can I
Hmm.
join for that day in IST hours instead of evening in the morning?
So we usually have the fixed, this batch is the fixed timing, the same timing, 8 to
Oh,
9.
okay,
So
okay,
if you missed any class, you will be having the recording on the same day, maybe after 3 to 4 hours of processing. In the WhatsApp group, the recording would be updated. So you can go through the recording then, and then if you have any questions from that particular class, you can try reaching out. Usually, it would be understandable. So yeah,
Hmm.
so the recordings are there. So that's a thing. If you miss a class, and yeah, we all miss classes. I know, like 5 months is long duration. Yeah. So any more questions?
Yes, Meenakshi.
Yeah, yeah.
So, can you get access to this deck, the presentation deck,
The
which
presentation deck,
was,
uh,
yeah,
like you have the recording where you can actually go through the recording for the details on the presentation. But yeah, the presentation is personal, like I cannot share it with you.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Uh, okay,
But yeah, in the recording, you have all the details of the presentation. You can just get the details from that.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, assuming no more questions, see you all tomorrow. Have a nice day. Or someone's in US. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.